Hi everybody, this is Leia the Drag Oracle. If you seek Leia, back with another video for you. So nice to see you. Today's video is channeled messages from ancestors. So what do your ancestors want to say to you? And as always, you know, tarot spirituality, it's really meant to activate your own intuition and to really activate your own guidance, your own thoughts, your own connection with ancestors. And something that I find, you know, in my work is that a lot of people, sorry, totally just killed this gnat. Anyways, moving on. But, you know, a lot of people are so stuck on like how to contact ancestors, how to be in contact with ancestors, and how to live in contact with ancestors. And so a lot of my work is about, you know, connecting people in that way to their ancestry, you know, understanding familial trauma. And so, I mean, that's all fancy juju, but if you want to talk to me about that, you can book with me. My link is below. And this month, I am doing free readings, free live Zoom readings for Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders as part of AAPI Heritage Month. So if you are AAPI, you know, book with me below. And, you know, it's also donation-based, so please donate. My Venmo will also be below as well. And this is pile number 1, 2, 3, and 4. So as always, just take a deep breath, inhale, exhale, and just follow your intuition, you know. Don't go off of, you know, what's the prettiest, but go off of which one attracts you the most. And something you can do is you can also hover your hand over the cards and see which one kind of has the most feeling, whatever that might mean to you. So number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. And the timestamps are below, and I will see you at your video. Thank you. Hi, pile number 1. So this is if you chose the winter on Saturn. So this is from the NASA Oracle. As winter approaches on Saturn, it renders the slight pale blue tint we see in this image. And this was taken by Cassini, which took a series of images using red, green, and blue spectral filters. So very beautiful. So something that I'm feeling ancestrally. So I'm getting an image of you in my third eye, and you are calm, sitting down under a tree by a river. And so there's a message here from ancestors already to relax, to unwind. And I'm getting the feeling that this is a pile of people who have worked hard, or, you know, they're working hard, or they've worked really hard recently on certain projects. Yeah, success. There was a recent success, or success is coming, and in order for success to manifest, there needs to be a sense of rest and respite with this pile. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. So that's really beautiful. You know, the message from ancestors that I'm really feeling so far. Well, actually, let's get some more cards before I keep talking. But what are we getting for this pile? Let's get one from the choice. Okay, so 2 of Swords energy with the choice. And let's get some from the Radiant Rider Waite Smith. So Goddess, God, Universe, Divine, Power of the Lord. And, you know, reading, oh, that one totally just fell. I don't know if you saw that. Reading for general YouTube videos is always a really interesting experience because there's always conflicting messages that come through. Far more than like if there was, you know, if I was doing a one-on-one with someone. 5 of Cups. Okay. I'm hearing something, don't break your back. That is a message I'm getting intuitively. Don't break your back. And don't cry over spilt milk. What is this? The Sun reverse. Okay. So, this pile, it's almost as if there is a choice that is about to come up. And the choice is related to work, to finances, to career, or to love, or personal development. And it comes after a feeling of being unhappy with something, the way being unhappy with how something has turned out, or people. And there's a choice to leave it, because with the 5 of Cups, the choice and the Sun reverse. And it represents a really big karmic closure, you know, with the rings of Saturn here. And, you know, Saturn, Kronos, the god of time, god of choice, god of judgment, god of decision, you know, god of cycles. And what I'm really feeling with this pile is that there is a reluctance to move toward something that would be better for you. I don't know why I'm getting that. It's just something I'm feeling intuitively. You know, I read intuitively, so I try to feel from my third eye, from my throat, what the message is. Let me grab this blue kyanite so I can feel what's really happening. The blue kyanite is good for intuitive guidance. And I'm also getting an image, some of you would benefit from playing with dogs, or you have a dog that needs your attention, or there's actually a sense of joy. I think that's what that image is representing. There's actually, once you do make that choice, pile number 1, there is actually a sense of joy that will pour into your life. And I'm seeing a young puppy for some reason, and that to me is representing joy and the magnitude of, you know, the choice that you make. If it's about, so this is a pile about releasing and shedding, and your ancestors want you to know that there's a lot to be released and there's a lot to be shed. And why? Because they're rooting for your success. Your ancestors, yeah, they definitely are rooting for your success, but they see that in order for your success to manifest, you need to be the one to let go and to step up. Very interesting. You need to be the one to let go and to step up. And there's a specific message for some of you, which is to not judge a book by its cover. So there's people who are coming in who have opportunity lined up, or there's the potential for growth, and it's do not judge a book by its cover. Because there are people your ancestors are putting in your place, putting in your path, that have little tokens of gifts for you. But it's a test. Like, are you going to accept it? Because that's what I feel when I'm looking at this moonstone. I'm really feeling that is what is happening. Pile number 1. But for some of you, there's a lot of pain in the past. There's a lot of, let's look at that. Why is there pain in the past? Let me get from the Rider-Waite-Smith. 5 of Pentacles. So, some of you, break up. Because 5 of Cups clarified by the 5 of Pentacles. Break up, being abandoned. The 6 of Pentacles. And clarified by the Ace of Pentacles reverse. Lack of generosity. The 2 of Pentacles clarified by the Knight of Cups. So for a lot of you, this is about love or family, being left out in the cold, feeling rejected by somebody, or being scared you're about to be rejected by somebody, or being scared you have to reject someone. For a lot of you, having to reject somebody or an opportunity. And you need to do what's uncomfortable. That is because, you know, the choice here is you're being really compelled to do what will release, you know, the baggage. I don't know, I feel like we really hit the peak of this reading, like halfway through. But, and I saw 555 on the camera right as I did that. And 5 is the number of transformation, of upheaval. Let me get my water. And then I'll pull some more from Shadowscapes. The good thing about being off camera is y'all cannot see me be like gross chugging my water. And look, we have 2 of Cups on the back of the Shadowscapes. So for a lot of you, this is romantically linked. And the advice is to do what is uncomfortable. And if pursuing someone is uncomfortable, if moving towards someone is uncomfortable, then that's what you need to do. If moving towards someone is uncomfortable, because you're not used to opening up, or you were hurt recently, then actually opening up and pursuing that person, for some of you, is actually the good thing. So channel message from ancestors. What do they want to say? We've got your back. Something that I've heard. And there's an image I have of your ancestors massaging your neck. So there's a lot of tension in the neck that needs to be released. And there's a lot of tension in the neck that needs to be released. But what is the advice? So, Goddess, God, Universe, Divine, what is the advice? Pile number 1. The 10 of Cups reverse. So pursue what makes you happy. The Seven of Cups. So the advice is to not feel lost, because there is a lot of hope and a lot of emotional possibility in the choices you're being presented with. This person is really studying this map, really thinking about, and this person is really ready to jump to kind of this tower moment. But, you know, that really represents, you know, the possibility, the fear of possibility. Don't let the fear of possibility cloud your judgment. The Nine of Pentacles, because you're building something beautiful, pile number 1. You're building something beautiful, and I saw 818 on the, and the Ace of Wands reverse. But yeah, I'm feeling that is, you can proceed slowly if that's comfortable to you. You can proceed slowly if that's what's comfortable to you, but you cannot escape judgment. The Judgment card, you can't escape judgment. And the Eight of Wands, things are going to manifest whether you like it or not. So you need to become an active player in your own life. Pile number 1, this is an energy of there's a bit of passivity. And your ancestors don't want you to be passive when it comes to people, places, things, jobs, work, career. You need to be the active one to make a choice. And the choice that you need to make is the one that is uncomfortable, but that is the healthiest choice for you. So I will leave it there, but please book with me. My link is below. And if you want more specific guidance on what all of this means, we'll do a one-on-one, we'll book, I'll read with you, we'll kiki, we'll have lots of fun. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you comment below what resonated, and comment down for pile number 1, comment the purple heart emoji, and say pile number 1, and then, you know, write your comment. But that way I'll know your pile and I can respond to you. And make sure you like, thumbs up, subscribe, and comment pile number 1, purple heart emoji. All right, well, thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Hey there, pile number 2. So if you chose this image, and this is the hierarchical bubble structure, the large bubble, so discernible as the dark central area in the image, so there's a bubble, was created when gas was expelled by massive, highly clumped together stars. The burst of energy created holes in space dust. Okay, so what's happening here ancestrally? For most of you, pile number 2, you are the start of a new, almost sublineage. I hear sublineage in your ancestral tree. And the ancestral tree here is really manifested by a lot of roots. There's a series of roots that, and they don't belong to the same plant, but the roots are all in the same soil. And you're starting a new set of roots. Very beautiful. So pile number 1's reading was really interesting. For this pile, I feel compelled to do something differently, which is we're just going to pull straight from the Shadowscapes Tarot and see what are the blockages and what are the messages. Ooh, I just wanted to come out. And then we'll pull from the Oracle decks. But for this video, I'm kind of shuffling live. And, ooh, I have my espresso that I need to drink. Ignore me, I'm weird. Okay, one more time. Let's see. What's happening? So I'm getting the message to cut it into 5 decks. 5. So, what is happening? The 3 of Pentacles. What are the messages from ancestors? The 6 of Pentacles reverse. Okay, so you need to be careful, pile number 2. How much you give of yourself to other people, 2 of Swords, and the imbalance, and then the 5 of Swords reverse. Okay, yeah. So, pile number 2, your ancestors, what they want you to know. Yes, be careful with the amount that you give to other people and any sense of imbalance. Because the 3 of Pentacles followed by the 6, this is a story. So the 3 of Pentacles is about teamwork. 6 of Pentacles reverse, that's lack of generosity. 3 of Wands is wanting to move forward from it, but not really. So this is so interesting because pile number 1, so if you were drawn to pile number 1, you also need to watch it. But there's so much here about making a choice to move on from a set of people in your life, pile number 2, or a situation where you're giving too much. There is a sense of giving too much and needing to move on from that. Well, let's go look at these. I mean, what do ancestors want you to know? Because I'm seeing you So that new Lana Del Rey song, you need to listen to it. It's called Textbook. Look up Lana Del Rey Textbook. Because there's a message in that song for you. And I did not give pile number 1 a song. Empathy in reverse. So, pile number 2, your ancestors, they want you to know that you need to have empathy for yourself. And this empathy for yourself needs to drive your decisions. Why? Because I'm open to seeing both sides of the situation. There's an energy here of the both sides of the situation. The thing that's not being seen is sort of your own role in disrespecting yourself. And I don't mean to be really rude or weird about that, but there's something in this pile about someone who is so soft and naive and hopeful for the better, but who the people around them, they're not giving to them. And this is something about giving to yourself. Like, you need to give to yourself, pile number 2, and you need to make the choice to cut strings that no longer give to you. Cut strings that do not give to you. 5 of Swords reverse. Let's look at this again. What do I feel? You know, the heart space. I really see this as representing the heart chakra. And there is a pollution in the heart chakra with that red energy and in the green. You know, the green represents the heart space, the heart chakra. And there is a sense of it needs to be purged. I'm just going to be honest, like, something needs to be purged. And, you know, my readings have gotten so much more interesting and intense since I've gotten my Moldavite. But, yeah, something definitely needs to be purged from all of this. And it's, is there a person? It's not really a person. It's your relationship to yourself. That's what needs the purging. Pile number 2. It's your relationship to yourself. What is happening? Let's look at these Journey of Love Oracle cards. Your relationship to yourself. Here we are. Yes, riding the cosmic wave in reverse. So, okay, here's what's happening. With this pile, there is a sense of the compromise of self is getting in the way of any spiritual progress. And your ancestors are seeing that. And your ancestors see you as someone who can start anew, who starts a new sublineage, as I said, a new set of fresh roots. And that, I see the progress of that is being blocked. So your involvement in community and friends and family is being blocked because you're giving away too much of yourself. Pile number 2. You're giving away a lot of yourself, and it's not, how do I say this? It's not really beneficial for your ancestral lineage, which is your ancestral purpose, which is to start those set of roots afresh. What is the advice? Let me get from this Lich Tarot. What is the advice? Goddess, God, Universe, Divine. The High Priestess, the 8 of Discs, Prudence. So the High Priestess. Yes, so there is something here. There is a spiritual block. The High Priestess. 8 of Discs, that's working. You know, you need to invest in your star power, the Prince of Swords. And you need to step into mental. So this is so opposite the Chariot. Because things for you need to go right, and they're about to go right, the Devil reverse, but it's about releasing your codependency from people. The Devil reverse is about releasing your codependency from relationships and releasing relationships that shackle you. Pile number 2, you need to turn to investing in your star power. So I tell this to a lot of people, but if there were 5 things you could do today, this week, this month, this year, this lifetime, that came from knowing you were a star, what would you do? So if you knew you were a star, what would you do today, this week, this month, this year, this lifetime? And to do all of that stuff, because that is what will allow you to move forward and to step away from this codependency. There needs to be more focus on the self here. This is an energy. I don't know if you're a nurse. Some of you are nurses. Some of you are teachers. Some of you give a lot to families. But you need to give equally to yourself from this point forward. And your ancestors want you to really break those patterns. I'm gonna stop it here. If you want much more information, please book with me. My calendar link is below. And this month, I'm doing free readings for Asian Americans and Pacific Islander folks. And please comment below. And for pile number 2, I want you to comment pile 2, comment the red heart emoji, and I'll respond to all your comments. And please like, thumbs up, and subscribe. And that'll help my practice. But for you, you need to give to yourself. And there is a specific message about giving to yourself through playing music and listening to music that you like. That can kickstart, you know. But that song, that Lana Del Rey song, Textbook, there's something there for you. And you should listen to that song, Textbook. Okay, well, thank you. Bye. And such a gruff reading, sorry, but that is what I have for you, pile number 2. I love you very much, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye. So pile number 3. Sorry, I just have to collect myself a little bit after the past couple readings. So pile number 3, if you chose this image, very beautiful, very soft, very graceful, very angelic. The Pleiades. It's a star cluster that are much younger than the sun. So, young, angelic energy. Either you are or someone is watching over you who is young, angelic energy. And I feel like for this pile, we're going to pull first from the Shadowscapes Tarot. So if you felt drawn to other piles, make sure you watch those videos as well. These messages today are really punchy, really short. And I don't want to spend too much time babbling, so I think I'm also kind of producing them to be a little bit like quick. Let's get the message out from ancestors. But for you, pile number 3, I am getting from ancestor, they want you to slow down and to ride the wave. Slow down and ride the wave. That is the channeled message. What is your ancestral tree? What does it look like? Your ancestral tree, it's the imagery of the dolphin is very important to the ancestral tree. And by that, what I mean is at its best, at its least corrupt, the ancestral tree is fun and spriteful and beautiful and bright. And that is the energy your ancestors want you to step into. 9 of Cups, gratitude. Yeah, what did I say? That is the energy your ancestors want you to step into. Let me turn on this light. Is an energy of love, the devil. To release codependency. What else happened? The 10 of Wands and the 9 of Swords reverse. So, if there was trauma recently, what am I feeling here? So let me get my kyanite. If there was trauma recently, your ancestors are aware of it and they want you to water magic. So dolphins, water, seagulls, anything that's representative of the water to step into because it will cleanse you. So when you take a shower, imagine it cleansing your chakras and your aura. When you take a shower, when you take a hot shower or a hot bath, what is happening here? The Wheel of Fortune reverse, the Lovers reverse, the 3 of Swords reverse. So, recovery from heartbreak, pile number, give me just one. Pile number 3. I hope I've been saying pile number 3 this whole time. But pile number 3. And the Hermit reverse. So, there is a need to ride the cosmic wave. And by that, what I mean is your ancestors, they want you to let go and to release and to stop. Yeah, 9 of Cups clarified by the Hermit. To practice gratitude by not secluding. To release codependency by working through heartbreak. There's a certain burden, like some love was just not meant to be. Pile number 3. Some love was just not meant to be. The 10 of Wands clarified by the Lovers reverse. What does that mean? To let go of the weight of failed relationships. And there's no such thing as a failed relationship, right? You know, here I see the blue of the throat. That orb, you know, is of the throat chakra, 10 of Wands. So there's stuff that needs to be expressed. The 9 of Swords reverse, clarified by the Wheel of Fortune reverse. And to let go of things that didn't go right because they were meant to not go right. This pile has a lot of very beautiful angelic energy looking over you. And they have these very subtle little lessons that can really transform your life. So, is it your ancestors coming through? Yes, but your ancestors are elevated to the point where they're kind of coming across as very angelic. But so, let me repeat these lessons. For pile number 3, your ancestors want you to know. Practice gratitude by stepping out of seclusion. Heal codependency by working through heartbreak, by, you know, moving into your heart space and understanding why you were so hurt. The 10 of Wands. To let go of the burden of past love and to let go of nightmares of anxiety by accepting that things just weren't meant to be what they were not meant to be. They were meant to be failed. They were meant to not go well. What is happening here for the journey of life? So Goddess, God, Universe, Divine. Acceptance, reverse. What did we say, pile number 3? So your ancestors want you to enter a state of unconditional acceptance, because once you do, you're getting in the way of your own freedom. You're getting in the way of your own spiritual progress. And there is a Rider-Waite-Smith card that fell. So let's pick that up. The 2 of Pentacles, the balance, freedom and acceptance. It's like, this is a very, I don't know if you're very earth energy, pile number 3, if you're Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or maybe Scorpio, Leo, but you know, very hard-headed signs. But you need to, because what am I seeing here is there's a lot of need to, I mean, there's something that I read the other day, which is when you let go of what you're chasing, you walk into what you need. When you let go of chasing what you want, you stumble upon what you need. And so let go of what you think you want, because the universe here is trying to get you to be flexible, to open yourself up to spiritual gratitude, to lessons. And once you do that, your manifestation actually increases. Once you unconditionally accept what cannot be, your manifestation, your power increases. And it's not a matter of balancing the universe's will against your own, because they're one and the same. You know what I mean? Like, your will is the same as the universe's will. And the universe wants you to be as free and as loving and as open as you would like to be, pile number 3. But it comes from accepting things as they've happened to you and not wanting to change them. So I think that's the message for you. If you want to book with me, my calendar link is below, and we'll explore these messages more in depth. This month, I'm also doing free readings for Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders as part of AAPI Heritage Month. And something you can do is comment below, pile number 3, comment pile 3, and use the yellow heart emoji, and I will respond to all your comments, and comment what resonated with you, or what this video helped you realize, and subscribe and like this video. All right, thank you so much, pile number 3. And these readings are really just punchy and short today, and we're keeping them that way. But that is the message from your ancestors. All right, bye. So pile number 4, if you chose this, ooh, this is a very powerful pile. I will just see. And I think this reading is going to be about stepping into your power, stepping into your wisdom, stepping into clarity. But it's a solar flare, which is so funny because I think there's an eclipse. There might be a solar eclipse in June. But right now there's a lunar eclipse happening, I think on the 26th of May. So I don't know if that's relevant to you, but I think I feel compelled to say that because intuitively there's a lot of transformation that's going to happen around these 2 eclipses for this pile. But what is happening here for pile number 4? So as always, please like, subscribe, comment pile number 4, and I want you to use the black heart emoji below. If you're going to comment, is pile number 4 black heart emoji, and I will respond to all your comments. But from the Radiant Rider-Waite-Smith, what is the message here from ancestors? So the ancestral tree here, I'm really seeing the image of a panther, cheetah, and there's a tenacity and there's a hard-working nature, and there's almost a viciousness to the family tree. And if there was trauma, 9 of Swords, with the family tree, you know, it is because of that viciousness that simultaneously comes from that power of the familial tree, of the family, of the legacy of the family. Let's see what's here. The Queen of Pentacles. So this reading is very interesting because this is going to be a lot about the familial tree. The 7 of Wands reverse, the 2 of Pentacles reverse, the World reverse, the Devil reverse, the Page of Wands, the 7 of Pentacles. Let's get 4 more. The 7 of Swords reverse. Secrets are coming out. Let's get 3 more from the Rider-Waite-Smith. The 5 of Cups. So, the Hangman. Actually, I see this as very positive, the Hangman reverse. And 1 more card, Spirit. Goddess, God, Universe, Divine. The 7 of Wands reverse. So, what am I seeing here? This is very much the energy. Sorry, car outside. This is very much the energy, pile number 4, of loneliness in reverse, of recovery after fights. Recovery after fights. Courage. And this is a pile who recently demonstrated a very fair amount of courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence, to really step up for what's right. That's what I feel. And what it really caused was, for some of you, a sense of desolation and loneliness and estrangement from family. So this pile, I'm getting a lot of familial resonance, and I think that's why I opened up with such a vivid image about the familial tree being represented by the panther, by the cheetah. But what I'm really seeing here is because I see everything is after this. Okay, everything after this Nine of Swords is how I'm seeing as what you're worried about. So you're worried about codependency, not being in your power, these fights, multitasking, the world, these karmic cycles that have not come to a close yet, that you're still very much balancing, and you're still dealing with lots of people. And maybe there's a specific mother figure who you're dealing with who's not in her power, or there's a woman who is not in her power. But the Page of Wands, what I'm getting is this is what is going to happen. You're going to build so much more from this experience. You're going to really own up to truth, to find a new level of truth and understanding about who you are, who these people are. You're going to recover from heartbreak, the Hanged Man, and you're going to exit this energy of stuckness and exit this energy of the Five of Wands, which is strife and conflict. Specifically, if you have siblings you're conflicting with or co-workers. This is so interesting. This is one of the most interesting spreads I've ever done, because I'm really seeing it cut in half and half as to what's worrying you, but what you're moving toward. And your ancestors want you to know that this is a very powerful change that just happened very recently to you. And it's something that you're not alone in seeing, that has been particularly traumatizing for you. There is a lot of trauma here that I'm really feeling, and there's a lot of, I hear something bluegrass, like listening to bluegrass music. For some of you, that will resonate as a sign. And Courage the Cowardly Dog is something that's also coming through for some of you. Courage the Cowardly Dog. And that show is so much about, like, it's about domestic love, but it's also about domestic abuse, with Eustace Bagg, who mistreats Courage the dog throughout the entirety of that whole show. And there's a sense here of, I don't want to be mistreated anymore, even if it makes me lonely. I don't want to be mistreated anymore, even if it makes me lonely. That is something that I'm feeling from this pile. And I see 454 on the clock as I talk about that. But what is happening here? What is the image? It's so antsy. Yes, I'm really feeling that you recently walked away from a set of people or a person, or again, there's a mother figure coming through. And what is it? It's because the people you walked away from, pile number 4, or if you're thinking about walking away from people, they don't really, not to instigate any form of paranoia, because that's not how it should be, but they don't really deserve to be at your victory table when the wins start coming in, because these people are not in their power yet. And so for them, there's an energetic misalignment, because you're stepping into your power, into your grace, and the people we're focusing on in this reading are not in their power and their grace and their wisdom. And I do see there's a sense that you will have to be lonely for a little bit as you recover, as you recoup. But there is a sense with the Seven of Pentacles of you are moving towards very beautiful things. You're making beautiful things happen for yourself. You need to focus on making beautiful things happen to yourself. And I think I told pile number 2. So if pile number 2 resonated with you, please watch it. But the message there was, if you could do 5 things out of star power today, this week, this month, this year, this lifetime. So if you could do 5 things knowing you're a star today, this year, this week, this month, this lifetime, what would you do? And you need to do that because it'll help you correct the karmic imbalance from any form of strife that has happened recently. Any form of strife. That is really the theme of pile number 4. Any form of strife is meant to step you up in your solar plexus space. This is a yellow orb, so representative of the solar plexus, which is so much about purpose and alignment. And so alignment with values, alignment with truth and opportunity. And I see that there is opportunity that is coming towards you, pile number 4. There is, what is happening here? There is something involving pets, kids, dice, and bowling. Oh my God, I don't know why. Pets, kids, dice, or bowling as a creative project or as something, a type of job or a proximity to a location. Yeah, I saw 707 on the camera as I said that, but that is coming toward you. Something regarding pets, kids, dice, or bowling, or fun, or bowling with friends. If you haven't considered doing that, that's something to add to your manifestation, because you're really being called to turn toward. What are you being called to turn toward? Let's ask Spirit. What do your ancestors want you to know? You need to let go. Yeah, because a lot of the blockages are self-caused, you know, with 8 of Swords. A lot of the blockages with people, what's on the bottom of the deck? The Star, moving into your destiny. And then here we have the World again. The World again, reverse, clarifying the World reverse. So that's so important because you're not done with these people yet, but you have to be okay with that. You're not done with this cycle yet. The World, and I saw 757 as I talked about that. The World reverse, that is so much about what is meant to be will close out soon, just not now. What is meant to be will close out soon, just not now, pile number 4. And your ancestors want you to know you can step away from the power of that panther cheetah, but you can still possess its power. You can still possess its power, its grace, its love, its bounty, its beauty. Is there a final message that I have for you? You know, always book with me below and we'll explore these messages in depth and I'll provide more guidance for you. My Calendly link is below. The final message, something about hopscotch or scotch, hopscotch or scotch, hip hop. There's a song, there's a hip hop song that has something for you in it, and it's probably the thing that you're thinking about. And someone wants to apologize, but they're not going to because they don't know how. Someone wants to apologize, but they're not going to because they don't know how. That's something that I feel intuitively. And yeah, 909, you know, on the mark when I said that. Someone wants to apologize, but they do not know how, so do not expect it. But the closure will come one day. But this is the energy of there's like a fresh wound with this pile. And so my heart goes out to you. I love you very much. And that is the messages today are really punchy, really short. So that was the reading. And that is the advice. And so please comment below with the black heart, pile number 4, black heart emoji, and I'll like your comment and I'll respond to you. If you have any questions, write it below and I'll clarify for you. I can even pull another card for you if you want. Yes, please like, comment, subscribe. That really helps with the algorithm, helps my practice. And thank you so much, pile number 4. And I hope to see you in another video soon or book with me in another reading. Okay, thank you so much. Bye. And have a good day and stay safe.